Hello YouTube, and welcome to another collection video. This time it's for the original Game Boy. Now this system holds a lot of nostalgic value for me. I had a Game Boy from the time that it came out. It's arguably probably my favorite Nintendo system, handheld or otherwise, because of its durability, the different variety of games that were on that system. It was such a well-made system as well. I mean, I never had a single issue with the original Game Boy. It's had such a wide variety of games, and despite being technically inferior to some of its competitors, it outlasted all of them, and there was a reason for that. Nintendo really had such great games despite some of the hardware limitations. Anyway, let's get started. First game I've got for the Game Boy is Probotector. This is the first one. In this Probotector, or in the US, it's known as Contra. Now, the Game Boy Contras are definitely some of my favorite games on the system. There was a great conversion of them, and they were definitely very fun games on the go. Next up, I have Battletoads. Again, this is a really great conversion. Plays very well, highly enjoyable. This one is Battletoads again. This one is Battletoads, and I think it's called Ragnarok's World. Again, this is basically the port of, I think, the SNES version. I think there was an arcade version as well, but it's that conversion of that game. It's very good as well, a lot of fun. Next up, I have DuckTales 2. Very fun game. And I also have Shadow Warriors, also known as Ninja Gaiden. And of course, what Game Boy collection would be complete without the original Tetris? Love this game. F1 Race. Now, this game holds a lot of nostalgic value for me. I never owned this game as a kid, but I knew quite a few people that did, and I remember playing it so much. I mean, I found this game so enjoyable. I don't really like a lot of the racing games on the Game Boy, but this one really did it for me. Such a fun game. Okay, you've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Fall of the Foot Clan. Great game. Again, this is another one I used to play a lot as a kid. Metroid 2, a really great Metroid game. Amazing what they did with the Game Boy on this one. Aliens vs Predator. This is an alright game. I mean, if you're a fan of the Aliens vs Predator series, it's definitely worth seeking out, but it's not an amazing game, but it's okay. Super Mario Land, of course. What can I say? An absolute classic. Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. I never played this as a kid. I don't know why. I completely missed out on this one, but yeah, it's a really awesome Mario game. The Mario games on the Game Boy are definitely not to be slept on. Fantastic games. And I've got Wario Land, Super Mario Land 3. This was my introduction to Wario. Very good game, highly enjoyable. Something a little bit different, but great nonetheless. And here I've got Castlevania 2, Belmont's Revenge, the best Castlevania game on the Game Boy. Fantastic game. They really fixed all the issues from the first game. Yeah, this is brilliant. I mean, Castlevania on the go, you just can't go wrong. And of course, here we have the first one, the Castlevania Adventure. A lot of people take issue with this game. I enjoy it for what it is, but yeah, it does have its gameplay issues. The character moves a bit too slowly for my liking, but otherwise, you know, it's a solid Castlevania game. There's only 3 Castlevania games on the original Game Boy. The third one being Castlevania Legends, and unfortunately, that's the hardest one to get. It's the only one I need for my collection, so I'm doing my best to seek that one out. I actually had it briefly at one point, but when I got it, it didn't work, so I had to send it back. So I was so annoyed. But I do hope to complete my my Castlevania Game Boy collection, because up until that game, I actually have every Castlevania game on all the Nintendo handhelds. Next up is Kirby's Dream Land. I never played any Kirby games as a kid, so this was my introduction to Kirby. Very fun game, very enjoyable. Next game I have is Probotector 2. This is a port of Contra 3 from the Super Nintendo. An excellent port. Amazed what they pulled off for the Game Boy. And yeah, this was definitely another one I used to play again as a kid, because this was basically what I would play to try and just relieve my need to play Contra 3 on the Super Nintendo, since I never had that console. So this was my way of trying to just own that game. But yeah, very, very enjoyable. And here I've got the first DuckTales game. Now this one again holds a lot of nostalgic value for me. It was never one I owned, but I knew people that did, and I used to play this game a lot. Very enjoyable game. Loved it, so very glad to own it. Next game I have here is Fortress of Fear. This is part of the Wizards and Warriors series, I think it's called. Yeah, I can't remember what it's called now. Wizards and Warriors. I did used to play this as a kid as well. Very enjoyable game, and highly underrated. If you are picking up for the Game Boy, definitely have a look at this one, because it's cheap and it's a lot of fun. Next game I've got is Batman. This is Batman Return of the Joker. Very, very underrated Batman game. A lot of fun, definitely. And finally, this is my one and only Game Boy Color game, and that is Mega Man Extreme. This is a port of Mega Man X from the Super Nintendo, and I've got to say, it's a very, very faithful conversion of that game. So yeah, highly enjoyable. Okay, guys, that's it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to thumbs up, and just generally, yes, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will be posting up another video very soon. Thank you, guys. Bye.